Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Into the Red Rabbit Hole. I'm Nighthawk, your host, and might have Eric joining us here in a little bit later here, as he's got a schedule to keep. But I pose this question to you while I read the disclaimer, okay? Who or what is God? Yes, I said God, okay? Who is the creator of all? The creator of all the angels, the creator of all the planets, of all the beautiful things that we see every day with our eyes. Who created us? And how were we created? I pose that question to you to ponder while I go through the copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer is High Strange, this podcast channel may use some copyrighted materials without specific authorization of the owner, but contends that it falls under the Fair Use Act, which is the Copyright Act of 1976. Nighthawk High Strange, this podcast channel, and all the podcasts on the channel declare fair use of any and all content to be used for the sole purposes of informing you, the viewing family, of information for criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, which is what we're going to be doing tonight, scholarship, research, and general knowledge only. And let's not forget entertainment value, because that's also denied. Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, otherwise known as the Fair Use Act. Okay, now I pose that question to you all. Who or what is the creator? Who or what is God? Let's go to the comment section here and see what everybody's saying. Poncho, good to see you. Good to see you, and good to see everybody else. If you're there, give us a good hello, and contact everybody else and bring them in, because you ever have an epiphany? I think I just had one. Anyways, yeah, please do, contact whoever that you want to have watch this podcast or listen to it, because I really want to know, what are your thoughts? What are your theories on who God is, who the creator is, that created everything, the angels, the earth, the animals, the trees, everything, including us, okay? Now, with that in mind, I'm going to continue talking while you ponder that, okay? Juno, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I'm gonna let you guys ponder that question, okay? Poncho, if you want to reiterate the question in the chat, that'd be great. Or Eric, if you could, please, that'd be great. Who or what is God, the creator, and why or how did he make us? Okay. Now I want you to ponder this. Okay. And this has been, I haven't had the best of weeks health wise. Okay. So this has been on my mind. Okay. A lot. Not that I'm doubting that there's a creator or God. Okay. I don't doubt that whatsoever, that there's a singular, almighty, all knowing, and someone that should be glorified. Okay. But what is he? I posed this question to you too. We have the red pill. We have the white pill. Okay. Red and white are dominant colors in our political parties. Okay. It's dominant colors. It's complete opposites in color. Water is blue. Fire is red. Okay. Now, you all see the thing in the corner of my StreamYard stream tonight. My logo, orangish red and blue, two opposite wolves. Okay, one water, one fire. Okay. To take it even further, what is the earth made up mostly of? 70% of the earth is covered in what? Water. Okay. When we go through a portal or to another dimension, or even it's been known to, even when we cross over to the spirit world, we walk through a water wall or portal. Okay. Now I take that and I'm going even further with it. Okay. The pyramids in Egypt were designed as energy producing for the planet. Okay. And it was a renewable source that was fed by water. Okay. See where I'm going with this, everybody? We have currently the ultimate question. What is the one thing that happens to wash the dirt and the grime away from Mother Earth? Rainwater. Okay. Mm-hmm. What is supposed to be above the firmament of the earth? Water. What is the ice walls made out of? Water. What happened to the women, the earth women that mated with the fallen angels? What did they turn into? Mermaids. Yes. It says it in the Bible. They turned into mermaids. Okay. What is the basic elixir of life for humanity? Water. Without water, we as human beings, because 90% of our body is made up of water, would not have the energy to survive any more than 3 days without water. Think about that. Why is it 3 days? Is it the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost? Is it the water? I pose that question to you. When we go and do paranormal investigations in certain locations, what always helps us supercharge the activity of paranormal activity? Water running, rivers, streams, oceans, thunderstorms dropping rain, you know. What is the exact opposite of fire? Water. What is one of the sacred elements of the 4 elements in our world? water. So I pose this question to you, and I want everybody in the chat to hone in on this. What is God? What is God made up of? If we are made in the image of our Father, then he would be made up of 90% water. Wouldn't that make sense? I pose that question to you because what has the world been doing to the water lately? They've been poisoning it with chemicals. They've been sticking fluoride in it to dumb us up. I could go on and on and on. Water is literally the elixir of life. Everything is made of water. Without water on trees and plants and garden plants and flowers, they die, they wither. Without water to nourish ourselves, we die and wither within 3 days. 3 days. There's that number again. The number of times that Nikola Tesla used to walk around a building before he entered it was 3 times. Why is that? Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Eric?
Well, I can tell
Good
you,
to see
water
you.
plays. Yeah, good to see you. Sorry, man. It's been one hell of a past couple of weeks. Good news is my dad is getting out of the hospital here soon, and they're going to be putting him in a rehab facility to build his leg strength. So they got his blood sugar down, got his sores taken care of. Everything's checking out. So hell of a weight off my shoulders this week. I just found that out earlier today. So hell of a weight off my shoulder. Hey, how's it going, Cryptid?
Hey, Carly.
But yeah, no. Water is so vital. I mean, water is talked about in every religion as a source. I mean, Norse, the great tree of life, Yggdrasil, gets its roots from 9 different wells in all 9 realms. I mean, gets its water from it, from a well from its roots. Think about it. Water can be a gas, can be a solid, and a liquid. That is the only element that can be all 3. And you're saying that, God is water. Well, I can see that because in every religion it talks about how we are made in his image and in the image of the gods. So that would tell you now not only has he got water in him, so does the other gods.
Exactly.
I mean water. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Melissa. Yeah, that's why I thought I put that out there. That's why I wasn't on last week. That's why my show got canceled last week. I was in Kansas City because of my dad. So, hello, Ida. Yeah, I got an emergency call about 2:00 in the afternoon Saturday, and had to make a mad run to Kansas City. His blood sugars by the time he got to the hospital were at 550.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's doing good. But so yeah, no, I mean, water is an essential part, not only in our lives but in spiritual lives too. Because you're absolutely correct. The 2 biggest things that can bring on paranormal activity is sandstone and water, and that's why I think Missouri has so much paranormal activity, because Missouri is made from, or not sandstone, I'm sorry, limestone. Is made from limestone and has a buttload of water. I mean, anywhere you go that has water, has limestone, or has them both, the uptake of paranormal activity is bizarre. Water is a awesome solvent. Water is also a conductor of energy.
Yeah. And to you, Eric, what did the Creator do? What did the Creator do to eliminate what he thought was
Yep.
something so bizarre with the fallen angels mating and making the Nephilim, what did he do to the earth? He flooded it with water. Okay. What did Moses part with his staff and the power of God? Water. Okay. What's going on in our world today? We've got water being poisoned everywhere we go. Okay. What's affected by in the end times of one of the plagues or whatever that's in the Bible? And that's 1/3 of our water. The animals that the life will die in it. Okay. And the waters will become sour.
Red.
Okay. What is going on the land today? Fires. Okay. What do we use to put those fires out, all those wildfires out? Water. Okay. If we're made up of 90% water and we're energy, then it would make sense to me that our God, that Yeshua, would be the same thing, water and pure energy. Okay. Now, if we look at it on say the form of the Matrix, okay, great movie by the way, and great series of movies actually.
Hey, don't be chewing.
But they point out that there's a blue pill and a red pill. Okay. Well, the red pill represents heat and flame and fire. The blue pill represents water. Okay. What's the color of the sky? The color of water, blue. Okay. There's so many things that can be correlated with the creator making us in his image and the creator being pure energy and water. It's said that the earth is flat. Okay. Now, has the firmament, and above the firmament, the dome is water. Okay. Every time you see something portrayed on a movie or something, like a portal is shown, they show people walking through a water wall. Okay. Inside a circle. Okay. Flip that circle on that portal circle, or that gate, whatever you want to call it, on the side, and you've got a firmament with water and a flat earth. Okay. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because there's so much going on in our world nowadays. Okay. And there's so much cleansing that needs to go on. And what is the one thing that washes the earth and humans clean? It's water. What do we get baptized in? What do we get baptized in, people? Water. Think about how important that one particular thing is. Just think about that. It makes sense. You know, everybody's had this question throughout history of who is God and what is God. Well, I think we had the answer in front of us the whole time. We just never made the connection. Okay. Electricity travels through water. Energy travels through water. Okay. The devil can't. The devil was sent to earth. Okay. Earth is encased in a what? A firmament. And above the firmament, water. What can't the devil go through to from the earth? And that's the water. Because the devil is a fiery, burning hell of a place, which would make him the same thing, basically. Basically, he can transform, but for the most part, he is hell. Okay, Lucifer would represent the fires of hell. And what puts out the fires of hell? God, water, energy. I'm not saying that there's not a physical form of our creator. Okay. I'm not saying that, but why else would it make sense that God would send his only begotten son to walk this world, walk on water, baptize himself from, in water, you know, and baptize others in water? Why would he spit in mud and make a paste with mud and put it over a blind man's eyes if it wasn't affected with water? What did he go tell the blind man to do? He sent him over to the pool to wash his eyes off so he could see. With what? Water.
Mm-hmm. And that
Every
pool
ceremony,
was known as the healing pool.
yeah, and every ceremony that the indigenous inhabitants around the world have has to do with water. Okay? Just because they call God, Yahweh or Yahuwah, or Jesus or Lankantanka or Buddha, whatever, every one of the religions deals with water. That's the one thing that connects everything together.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just,
and you got
yeah, go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, you got to
No, go
think.
ahead.
Every religion has a source of called a healing spring or a spring of life, the fountain of youth. Hell, our atmosphere is made of water. I mean, water is in everything. Water brings life. It takes life, but it also brings life. Native Americans
Mm-hmm.
will tell you that the water is the blood, and you should respect water because it's the blood of Mother Earth. Old Norse mythology, when Odin and his brothers killed a giant emir, his blood became the waters, the oceans, the rivers, lakes.
All
I
right.
mean, that was from his
Yeah.
blood.
What,
So I
yeah.
mean,
Well, take
this is throughout
take a look at what Starflower says. By the way, hello everybody. I'm sorry I got off
the
I got off early
pyramids
here,
have
and
been docking. I believe that is a very good possibility, Poncho. It's known. I mean, even water was used in the pyramid to create
well,
electricity through hydro.
you got yeah, you got USOs. Think about it. You've got craft going in the oceans. USOs.
Yeah.
Another connection, water. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With the what the Catholics use to bless people or to bless objects and candles and stuff, holy water, like
Mm-hmm.
Starflower says. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything we do in this world, I don't care what it is, eating, cleansing ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
taking care of the land with water, taking care of ourselves with water, okay? Healing with water, okay? Everything we do in this world, we do with water. I mean, for God's sakes, we even have it to flush our toilets, okay, and to fill our
Yep.
bathtubs with water. The one thing that connects everything together in our world for us to the Creator is water. And the only
Yep.
reason that would make sense is that the Creator, God, Yahuwah, is made of the same stuff that we are. 90% water, 10% pure energy. If we're
Mm-hmm.
made in his image, that's the image. It's not the two legs and the two arms and a head, not two eyes and 2 ears. He put that on all kinds of things. There's no leggeds,
Mm-hmm.
there's four leggeds, there's 100 leggeds, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
he created so many different types of life forms, but they all need water. Every one of them need water. So water would
Yep.
make sense that water would be the main connection used for us to be a conduit to the creator, to God. Everything that happens around us, think about it. Everything that happens around us has to do with water. You know, getting the plastic out of the oceans is a big thing with me. Okay, I'm a big believer that we need to support that. You know, we need to take care of our sea life and our ocean life.
Yep.
That's
Oh
given.
yeah.
Um, but you know, there's theories that the inside of our planet is water. Think about the phrase "as above, so below."
Mm-hmm.
Water. It's all about water.
Yep. Well, you got to think too. I mean, water can be manipulated to be one of the biggest and most powerful explosions there ever was. Water can also be manipulated and used as the one of the greatest power sources in the world. I mean, water has so much that it's able to do and can be used for. I mean, it's got to be something. It's got to be holy. Between all the
Yeah.
ancient stories and all the ancient religions and everything it can do, you cannot deny that fact. I'm sorry. I mean, that's my opinion from my
Yeah.
research, but I mean, I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah. And you know, the one thing that I have found out over this past week is literally without the water, there is no life.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Nothing. This planet would be a completely dead planet without water.
Mm-hmm.
If we weren't able to break through that glass ceiling, that firmament, and have other waters, the heavenly waters, fall down, think about it. There's theories that we are actually living in water, that we are just avatars living in water because of our
Yeah.
energy. Okay, there's that theory out there, and now it just made sense to me. You know, it literally just made sense to me that if we're made in the image of our creator, then that image of our creator would be water and energy. Okay,
Yeah.
not two legs, not four legs, not wings. Okay, yes, we hear these depictions of angels and all that, but who's to say that angels aren't made of water too?
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
know?
I mean, here's another scientific fact for you. You're talking about fire and water earlier, what can stop fire? A very prime example, and this is something you can go to the big island of Hawaii, see yourself. What is the one thing that stops lava besides it stop flowing? That's water.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
burns everything
Exactly.
else. It burns rocks. It melts metal. I mean, it destroys everything. But once it gets to water, it's done. Water stops it.
Yeah, and that's true, Poncho. That's true. Water powered cars, the hydrogen cars and stuff that were created
Oh yeah.
um, from all those people were killed over it because
Well, look at
the
your steam
darkness
engines.
the darkness doesn't want us to know the value of water.
Mhm.
Okay, that the frequency testing, when you put water on a platelet and you turn frequencies up, you put like a 174 hertz or 423 hertz, you know, on it, it makes different designs. The water is alive
Mhm.
and makes different designs. Okay, the electronic fog that we talked about last week. Okay, the smart fog, the living fog, as I call it. What's fog made of? Water.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and think of it this way: the old Native American proverb about the Great Circle of Life. How is that explained when you do something that affects everybody else? It's always explained is it's like you throw a pebble into the water, and the ripples uh, expand out and touch everything it sees or that it comes across. I mean, there's another thing. I mean,
Yep.
the great circle of life once again has been referenced to water. It's all over,
Right.
man.
Right.
Yeah,
And
nanobots, no joke.
Nikola
Yep.
Tesla knew
Yep.
that. Nikola
Mm-hmm.
Tesla knew that. Nikola Tesla
Mm-hmm.
knew that there goes the internet being spotty now. See, as soon as we start
Yeah.
talking on sensitive subjects, the
Yep.
powers that be want to try and shut it down. You know, fog is water. It's mist, okay, which is water.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All to be
everything.
electric.
When we do sweat lodges and stuff as Native people, we're taught first thing before we even enter the sweat lodge to pray. We're taught that we need to walk in a humble manner to be lower than water on this planet,
Mm-hmm.
lower than water. Okay, think about that. We're made up of water, so
Mm-hmm.
that would make sense that our elders would teach us to be as humble as water, lower than every other life form on the planet, yet strong enough when the
Mm-hmm.
water comes together, it can move mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. I mean, it is just, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm completely off base with this theory, but it makes perfectly good sense to me because
Water.
in yeah,
Yeah.
just go ahead
Sorry.
and go through the book of Genesis, and you'll see the description of water.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, look at steam. Steam is used to clean your pores and help to remove toxins from your skin. Steam is water in gas form.
Hmm.
Same as fog. Yeah, well, that's another good
Yeah.
point. Fog is a type of steam, and then you can cool water and have the right temperature of water and the right temperature outside, which will cause a fog, which is gas form, which is a cool version of it.
Hmm.
Heated version, you have
Yeah.
steam, which powers engines. It cleans pores out of the skin, or you cleanse your pores in your skins, opens up your sinuses. It's a cleansing. It's used for cleansing. Even in sweats, they pour water on hot rocks. Why?
And
Because of the magical.
what's the steam coming off the rocks called? What's the steam coming off the rocks called? It's called the breath of life.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So, I mean, it makes perfectly good sense, that
Mm-hmm.
the creator would be made up of water and energy, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
we are literally surrounded by water, you know, and why we for so long were meant to walk on this planet with no form of shoes on our feet at all,
Mm-hmm.
so we could have that connection,
Mm-hmm.
so we could feel the dew on our feet, and get that energy, that cleansing from water, to walk around in rivers and streams in our feet, our bare feet, to get that healing, cleansing, and that energy from the water. Think about it. We have been dumbfied with fluoride in drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah. Yes, Carlos, you're
we have
right.
been.
Um, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, water can is heavier than air and dirt. Yeah, I mean, put it this way: we can go miles deep in the cave and still breathe air. You go miles deep in the ocean, you get crushed. I mean, you're absolutely
Hmm.
right on that. So,
Yep.
You're spoiled.
Yep.
You're jealous.
I don't know. I just, think of this too. Okay. And Carlito, I know you're going to agree with me on this one. Um, what is NASA? NASA is not a space agency. Okay. NASA is a water based agency that studies oceans. Okay. What's the oceans made of? Water. Okay. I'm going to show you a picture of what I mean.
I'm kind of curious, everybody in chat, who is all scuba certified in chat? Oh, hey, look at that. Man, that looks like something from the Marvel comics. From Stingray himself and Aquaman.
That is NASA craft that they use underwater. They use that underwater. Okay.
Also looks like something
That
else.
is, yeah. It's got the shark fin on it, and it's got the hydro propulsion on the back end to circulate the water that it runs off of energy wise. And think about it. What is the one thing that governments and the United Nations don't want us to know about? The power that we can gain from water. Okay. The power that is available to be tapped from water. Poncho Scooby Doo qualified.
Yeah, NASA is also one of the greatest hiders of truth there is.
Oh yeah, they're deceivers. They're deceiving. Yep. But think about it though, I mean, with all the wildfires going on, you hear in other countries too, they always the actual inhabitants of this planet, not humans, not us, but the actual inhabitants that were here evolved from dinosaurs. Okay. Evolved from monkeys. Okay. The one thing that both of those species needed to survive was water. Okay. But here's the thing, along comes an outside agitator, okay, called the Draconians from the Zeta Reticuli star system, or so it's said, that want to dominate humanity. They want to make this world their own. Okay. Well, their world was a hot world. We're being bombarded with radiation now, causing our temperatures to rise. Think about it, causing all the wildfires. They're turning this planet into something that they want. They don't have use for us anymore, but the Creator does.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's another point, because in so many places, even in our solar system, you can find water. You can find them in comets. You can find them on planets. Mars, prime example. To this day, even without an atmosphere, supposedly with no atmosphere, Mars has water. You'll see it. Once the dark side comes to the light, you'll see the wetness in the soil. There is still water on Mars. Water is everywhere, man. It's not here on Earth. It is everywhere. I'm a firm believer the true home of Yahweh is the galaxy, and it would stand to reason if he, with water being such a key to life here on Midgard, then why wouldn't it be in space as well if that's where he's from? I'm also a firm believer that the one place to find him is not looking up, but looking within.
Hmm. And also think about it.
About
We have God. We have God within us. We're all godly. Water. Okay?
Yep.
And what's the saying that religion says around the world? God is everywhere and nowhere. What's the one
Mm-hmm.
thing that could be everywhere and nowhere? Water.
Yeah.
Water seeks the least
Carlito.
resistance and find a way down. It'll seek to be lower
Mm-hmm.
than everything else. Okay? Water will.
Yep.
It's so simple, it's frightening that
Yep.
when you think about it, it really is,
Mm-hmm.
the complete opposite of the flame, the fires of hell is water. What puts out the
Yep.
fires? Water. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just what drowned the Nephilim? Water. I mean, it's just everything. Everything has to do with H2O.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's a reason why it's the key of life. Think about it. Every spring, so winter is also water. Winter is frozen water. When you got snow and ice, that's frozen water. Winter takes out all the weak and the dead. Then spring comes along and not only washes out the dead that is left from the winter, but the remaining of the weakness it takes out as well. And then from that cleansing, once it cleanses the face of this earth, what happens? Water brings about new growth. It's
Exactly.
all part of the great
And we were
circle of life.
talking. Yep.
All of it.
Yep. And we were talking last week too about the living fog, and how cryptids come out of
Mm-hmm.
the fog, like the goat man and all that, and
Mm-hmm.
and all these other supernatural beings come out of the fog, which develops
Mm-hmm.
out of nowhere. It's such a supernatural connection on top of a physical connection. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that water is one of the most sought after elements out of the four elements that we have: earth, fire, wind,
Mm-hmm.
and water. Water is really the most important one. It's the
Mm-hmm.
one that mankind needs to survive, and everything else that lives on this planet: the trees, the
Mm-hmm.
flowers, you know, the corn,
Plant, everything.
the animals, the fish, the animals. I mean, everything. And then you,
Yeah.
you think about, like I said in the beginning, of what happened to the women that made with the fallen angels. They were turned by the creator into water beings. Okay, mermaids. Okay, sirens of the sea. It just makes sense. Water is the connecting key to everything. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the tides. What do the
Yep.
tides do, Eric? Ebb and flow.
Come- Yep. They come in, wash things out, go back out to sea, and they're also known to take things from the sea and put it back on land. The
Exactly.
tides move everything. Tides also control the weather.
Yep. And something or someone or some things want it to where water is a scarce thing for humanity to have. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Something has a non-green agenda. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The powers that be to control this world momentarily until Yahuwah comes back, okay,
Mm-hmm.
takes it all back. The powers that be want to control everything. They want to limit water. Water sells in grocery stores for almost as much as a gallon of milk does.
It's
Think
more
about
than
that.
a sody.
Yeah, more than a chemical laden can of Coke. You know,
Mm-hmm.
water is the one connection that we missed all these years. Water is the connection. It's the connection to the
Mm-hmm.
supernatural. It's the connection to the creator. It's the connection to humanity. It's the connection to Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Water is everything. The flower of life wouldn't
Yep.
grow without water.
Wasp can't make its nest without water. Just
Exactly.
like a human. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, everything is connected with water. Everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never really put the two and two together until you said it about God and humans, which makes sense because, like I said earlier, it says in the good book that God created man in the image of the gods in his image. Well, if we're in his image, that means he's part water too. So, I mean, I keep thinking about that and over since you said it, and I've never really looked at it that way, but it makes really good sense.
Yeah.
He's in not only energy, which we are energy. He's also
And
water, which we are water.
God's only son walked on water, you know. God's
Yeah.
only son turned water into wine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Water is this connection we've never made. Okay, we never made it before. You know, that God turned the waters of the Nile to blood with Moses' staff. Okay, God also parted the Red Sea, which has been
Mm-hmm.
proven. You know, it's all
Yeah.
has to do with water, and it's such a
Even
simple thing when you realize it. It's such a simple thing to realize that water is the main connection to everything. It's that little plus mark in that addition,
Mhm.
or that addition puzzle there. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. It's all has to do with the water. Everything is
Yep.
water.
Well, I mean, look at the spiritual aspect of it too. It was always polite to wash the feet of your elder or your teacher or the one above you in status. Washing the feet in the Jewish religion back then was very, 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 very used. I mean, it was a
Jesus
sacred thing.
Jesus
Yeah,
did it to all
Jesus
the
washed.
disciples.
Yeah,
Washed their
he
feet in
says,
water.
why should you wash my feet and me not wash yours? You're no better than I, and I am no better than you.
Exactly. Which is the theory of the humbleness, being humble like
Mm-hmm.
water. It makes sense. It
Mm-hmm.
just makes sense. Water is the connecting. It's that piece of conduit we've been missing in trying
Mm-hmm.
to analyze our lives. If you think about it, water is
Yep.
everything to us. It
Yep.
really is. Spiritually,
Carlito and
physically.
Starfire, you're both correct. Yep. Sorry. Carlito and
No,
Starfire brought up a couple good points. Yeah, and they're both correct.
yep, exactly. Exactly. I just, it's just amazing how something simple is just it's connecting all the dots, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
And that's what I love about working with you, bro. We connect dots so many times. Oh,
Well,
I am sorry, Boar. I didn't know you was down there. Sorry, guys. I
I'm
accidentally
just
kicked my pup in the head.
oh, it's all right. I just,
So,
it just blew my mind when I started because I've been doing all this research on pharmaceuticals and stuff, and that was going to be part of the topic tonight too. Was the pharmacy mafia, the
oh
cartel
yeah.
pharmaceutical companies was going to be the
Mm-hmm.
original topic, but then I said, you know what? The other thing is, what do we take when we take pills? Water. So
Yeah.
you know, God was directing me to make this topic tonight about H2O, man. You know,
Well, and that it brings up a lot of points. I mean, a lot of us in here like to have an adult beverage. What is used to create adult beverages? Water.
yeah, exactly.
And I posed this question earlier. Who in here in this chat scuba certified? Because the reason why I bring that up, because if you don't know, I'm scuba certified. I've dived. All my dives have been in the ocean. Even my training when I was scuba certified was done in the ocean. And I can tell you now, there is a huge magical and personal experience being under that water versus being on land. It's a totally different feeling. It's a totally
Exactly.
different world, totally different energy. I mean,
Well,
you can feel that. And
what does a woman lose when she gives birth
yeah,
to a child? Water.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What do
Carlito
children
asked that
inside?
earlier.
Yeah. What do the children inside the womb nourish themselves off
Mhm,
of the whole time? Water. They're able to breathe water. You know,
mhm,
it just everything has to do with water. So it would
mhm,
make sense to me that the creator, that God, would be made up of water and energy just like us, because we're made in his
mhm,
image.
mhm.
Just that the difference is that
Well,
he's the creator. He's the one that created everything, you know,
yeah.
and we're just these little
Like I
ants.
said, yeah. Like I said in my chat when you asked that question, I said, God created all the gods and life, all human life, or all life, and he created everything else. Do you know that when I was an alcoholic, Wild Turkey 101 was my demon. So you are not lying. That is if I had a demon in the bottle, it was Wild Turkey 101. So you're not far from the truth. Actually, you're
I always,
absolutely on that comment 100% correct. Because when I did a complete 180-degree turn, except for knee down on a full combat load, hydros, oxys, and rocket sets don't work on me. They make me sick and they don't get rid of pain. The only way I was able to get rid of pain was down it with Wild Turkey 101. Water contains sacred geometry. Um,
yes,
I
it
mean,
does.
in a way that is true because it does shape and form things. Um,
Yep. Think about it too. What do we use to put out fires in buildings and stuff and forest fires? We
yeah,
use water. You know, what
yeah.
what's used to cool off the human race in the hot 100-degree temperatures? What's the
Mm-hmm.
first thing you do? You either go swimming in a pool, swimming in a lake, swimming in a swimming hole, or swimming in an ocean. Water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Or play in the sprinklers.
yeah.
And
Water.
I missed your fog show. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, water is literally just everything. It's everything. It's the
Mm-hmm.
connection that we were all missing from being able to interpret why we're here and what purpose we have to
Mm-hmm.
be here and who made us and why they made us and how they made us. Because now that
Mm-hmm.
answers everything.
Oh, yeah. And you bring a good point about the two fogs. I mean, one is electrified, which water fog is water, so it can produce or maintain and multiply electricity. And there's also regular
Exactly.
fog. I've been in fogs that I can literally the electricity in it made my hairs, what little bit of hairs I have, stand straight up on my arm. I've also been in fogs when I got in it. It was felt like it was cleansing. It was a nurturing, like the love and nurturing of a mother was how the fog was.
I'll go
Both
one
water.
step further for this, Eric. I'll go one
Mm-hmm,
step further, okay, and then I'll leave it at that. And let
mm-hmm,
everybody else make up their mind. Please like, heart, and share this out if you guys can. Um, all the missing people, all the people that turn up missing, and David brought this
mm-hmm,
out a long time ago. Um, every time somebody goes missing, there's always water nearby.
mm-hmm,
What does it always do after the person's declared missing and the rescue teams try to come in. It either snows heavily or rains heavily. Water.
Mm-hmm. When you bless, when in Christianity, in oh my gosh, I'm brain fart. Judaism and Catholicism, what is the one thing they use? They place on the foreheads or dunk them in to cause rebirth and cause blessing, or to be reborn and to cause blessing. It's water. You know, you made a very good point. In the exorcism, what do they use? They use holy water, which Lucifer cannot take. Hey, Camo.
Exactly.
I mean, you put that water, the holy water, you either splash it on them or make a cross upon the forehead of the one that's possessed during an exorcism to remove the demon from the possessed.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a simple way to look at it that I've just overlooked it all these years. I can't believe I never made this connection.
I didn't either.
Everything. I mean, it's so simple. It's frightening.
Yeah. Speaking of water, bud,
Hey,
you're
Camo
making me
Dad.
sweat. I've got to put you down.
Hey, Don, I said hello to you earlier. I don't know if you heard me or not. Good to see you, Don.
Well, we're like in a bad spot, bud. I mean, it's just, I always knew it was sacred and I always knew it was needed for life, but I never in a million years have sat down and actually went, oh, it's also connected to this, and this. And that's why I'm like, damn, William's on the point today again.
it just dawned on me that, after researching because I've been, me, Eric, I've been up, a long time, trying to research stuff and figure out the answer to things. And, ever since we did that one show together about giants and connecting the red-haired giants and the bloodline and all that to it, this just, this just made sense because it's another connection too. What do vampires don't like holy water. Blessed water they don't like. Okay.
Yeah.
Werewolves don't like water. They sink. Okay.
Yep.
It just makes sense that, there's all these connections, and the one thing that is the little plus sign in between all the numbers of the connection is water. H2O.
What happens to us when we get hot? And what is that thing that happens to us when we get hot to help cool our bodies down?
Yeah,
we sweat. Yeah. Sweat is water.
It's just amazing how everything's connected with water. So that would make sense to me that the creator would be made up of water and energy because we're made in his image. And here all this time I've been thinking it was 2 legs and 2 arms and a head. It wasn't that at all. It wasn't that at all. It was water and energy.
Yeah, and you talked about the connection. Yeah,
look at Ponce.
And you talked about the connection of 3. Yeah, I just had a few before I got home. I had our fundraisers tomorrow morning. We do our yearly fundraiser for Springfield Public Schools. So I've got some brothers that's from out of state, and I literally just got home from the dinner. We went out to dinner with some of them that was out of state, and we went to the Springfield Brew Company. So I may or may not have partaked in a golden water that's got a certain flavor to it.
Yeah, I'm just glad you didn't say a golden shower.
Yeah. But I mean, so I want to talk about something that I find interesting. And you was talking about the connection to 3. And 3 is a very, very, very powerful number. Very powerful number. 3 days without water, you die. 3 weeks without food, you die. Odin hung in the tree of life, Yggdrasil, for 9 days to learn the powers of runes. I mean,
and
the number 3 is everywhere.
divided by 3, and you have 333.
Yeah,
the number of Odin.
Yep. What is Lucifer's number? Once again, connected to 3. 3 is an important number. It's got a lot of power to it.
Everybody talking about beer and coffee in the chat.
Heck yeah. I didn't even think about grabbing mine up before I got on because I rushed in the door because I got in the drive. I threw the T-post and the post driver in the back of the truck for tomorrow morning because I got to be up and at work at 07 to load voting machines. Get done loading voting machines and get the trucks back to the yard. Then I got to go from there over to the foxhole and get set up for the fundraiser. So I've got a long ass. Then afterwards, we got our party at the barn afterwards. I mean, it's going to be a long, busy day. 3, 6, and 9. Well, absolutely, Carlita.
Yeah, I wasn't originally going to even come on and just talk any more than about 45 minutes, but there's so many connections you can make.
Oh yeah.
From the creator to us and to everything, to literally everything is water. So, but 3, 6, 9
to water because
and
3 is tied to water too because like I talked about earlier, water could be a solid, could be a liquid, or it could be a gas. Once again,
exactly 3 exactly the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. 3
3.
It's just a.
What was the 3 angels, or how many angels were sent after Lilith?
3. Yeah. It makes sense, that water would be the missing link that we haven't really thought about it. I mean, and you think about it every day. We see people that are being baptized in water. We see babies are being born in water nowadays. I mean, it's such a connection to everything. The 3 wise men. Yeah, Don, you're right.
Yep. How many angels fell from heaven when Lucifer fell? 1/3. 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So I mean,
it's
a very powerful number.
Yeah, and if you think about it, Nikola Tesla knew about the 3, 6, 9, and honestly, we just found out about it too. So Nikola Tesla hasn't got anything on us, and he said that he was being instructed from angels, which makes sense. It would make sense because angels would know about the sacred number 3, 6, and 9 because it all has to do with water and the creator. Everything is done in that way. I don't know, man. It's amazing when you can actually figure it out finally, you know what I mean? And you can take that new knowledge you have and you watch how many times throughout your week, this coming week, all the way till next Friday night, how many times you're doing something with water. Okay? It's that simple, that basic. What do we actually, when we take communion, you take the flesh and you drink the grape juice or whatever they have, it's made out of water. I mean, it's just, it's so simple, Jesus washing the feet of the apostles, water. Every story that we have, the main thing that keeps people alive in the deserts, water. I mean,
another prime example.
Yeah. So I mean, it's so simple. It's scary.
The deserts have very little life, but what can you also find in the desert that has very little life? water. You can
Yep,
find it either in the
exactly.
cacti or you can dig for it and find it.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Yeah, where you add it up and either sixes or yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty cool. But
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
other thing too, though. That's the other thing too, though. With the time, you know.
I
So
mean,
I don't.
look at the true calendar. The true calendar is supposed to be 13 months and 28 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what isn't the 13th zodiac sign supposed to be a water sign? And they kept that hidden from us.
Mm, I think so.
Yeah, they kept that hidden from us for a reason. The 13th zodiac sign was a water sign.
Yep. There's a ain't the horns from heaven during the rapture. Ain't that like 3, 6, and 9? I got to read that now. I can't remember. I think it has something to do
Yeah,
with
I
threes
can't
as
remember. I
well.
can't remember that part. I can't remember that part. I did
It just
order the Ethiopian Bible. I did order the
did you?
Ethiopian
I,
Bible. Yeah, I did. So,
I got to get the money and get that.
but
Yeah, they hit it for a reason
anyways,
because it takes you out of the cycle of what we're supposed to be, which makes our vibrations on our energies go wacky and not be in tune to Mother Earth and with nature, period. I mean, even a woman's cycle is set to a 28-day cycle, set to the cycle of the moon, which is what we're supposed to. If we're connected to the true cycle of the moon, our vibrations on our energy are peaceful and bliss. It's a very powerful thing. So, I mean, yes,
yep,
they hit it for a reason.
exactly,
Oh, the
exactly.
Toro camo, that's good. Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm kind of just, I don't know. I don't have anything else in me tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
No,
Uh,
no worries.
but
I gotta get up early in the morning anyways.
yeah, I'm going to end it here, guys, and say good night, everybody. Thanks for being here, Camo Dad, Carlito. Thank you for being here, Poncho, Dawn. Let's see who else we got. Juno, Starflower.
Melissa.
Okay. Yeah, Melissa. Yeah, and probably David, I imagine. And there's that ED Testerman again. That guy.
Yeah,
Ida.
you.
Ida. I didn't say hi to Ida. I'm sorry, Ida. Hello. Good to have you. Oh man. Yeah, just everybody think about that. Think about how many times you deal with water this week. Think about it, you know.
Oh yeah.
The water is literally the elixir of life. The fountain of
Mm-hmm.
youth. Water.
Yep.
You
It's
know,
all there.
it's just it's amazing. It's amazing the connections that we can make with water to everything. Literally everything we deal with. So, everybody, thank you for being
Uh,
here. If you can, like, heart, and share this out, and let Eric talk about what he's got going on this weekend. And
yeah.
also, please, if you want to, you know, I'm not asking, but if you want to, you can support the channel by commenting and hitting that, you know, that thumbs up button there, saying you liked it, and we'll go from there. And I'll see everybody in the morning. But Eric, you go ahead and
Yeah. So tomorrow, um, sorry, I was trying to reply to Camo, and I think I spelled everything wrong. Tomorrow, I will not be on the Morning Brew Show, and I will not have a campfire chat tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have my yearly fundraiser that my club does, and we raise money for Springfield Public Schools, Coach for Kids. Last year, we raised over $14,000 just off of one event that we do every year. We actually provide enough money to cover every coat that's needed for every kid in Springfield Public Schools. And there's enough money left over. It goes to like the food deficit and the transports. I mean, it goes to a great deal. So I won't be available tomorrow. If you guys are wanting something to do and you're in the Springfield, Missouri area, you can come down and see your one and only Fluffy guy at the Foxhole at 11 o'clock off of Kearney and Clifton. Come out and give us a holler, man. Give us, come see me. Come spend some money. We're going to have raffles and we'll have a bunch of live music. There's going to be food. It's our yearly car and motorcycle show. So
why did I get the picture when you said come see me at the Foxhole? I got this picture of that gay bar that was in the Police Academy movie.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, the Foxhole is ran by the AMVETs, and what reason why we love using them so much because they do not charge us nothing. My club is a 100% nonprofit club. We absolutely keep zero of the money, none of it. Every bit of it, once everything expenses go out, goes straight towards the kids. Now, what we do is we send it up to Missouri Masonic Homes, and that's part of Missouri Grand Lodge, and they double our money. So every penny we raise ends up being 2 pennies. So we try to bring as much money in for them kids as possible. So that's why I love it. Blue Oyster, that's it, Pancho. Yes, the Blue Oyster. Yeah. But it's great because they don't charge us nothing. Yeah. Yeah, they make enough money on beer and food sales that they don't charge us.
There's the Poncho. You just made another connection to water, the Blue Oyster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's some tears shed. There were some tears shed in that ordeal. But it's great. And there is going to be a surprise for Sunday's show. Hey, Mad. Yeah, Freemasons. Yes, we're free. I'm a Freemason. Yes, Mad. We both Ryan Tremblay will be on with me Sunday evening. Because I'm so busy. I mean, I've got my notes, but I know I'm going to probably be spaced to go because it's just a busy weekend for me. Yeah. Yeah. So I asked Ryan Tremblay if he'd help me out Sunday, and he said yes, he would help me out. So there will be a special guest on vampires on my vampire show Sunday evening. I will have that Sunday, and I'll be back on here Sunday morning as well. Thank you, Ida.
Cool.
Ryan Tremblay will be guest appearing on the Bizarre and the Unknown, the Vampire Edition Sunday evening. So, but yeah,
awesome. Tides roll.
I like that name, Mad Mystic 007. My name's Bond, James Bond. I love James Bond.
Yeah,
that is some of my favorite movies. But yes, no, I mean it's a great time. So, and I am so tickled. I finally got to be back on a show with you, man. And I apologize with everything going on with Dad and all that other stuff. I've missed so much of
man,
you.
Dad comes first.
It's Dad truly an honor. It is truly an honor to be back on here with you again. So, I mean, oh God. Yeah, I was up in Kansas City ZR last weekend, Camo. My God, that couch. Oh God, that sucked. I didn't get much sleep. I slept at the couch at the hospital with Dad. So, but no, that's great, man.
You're a good man, Camo Dad. You're a good man.
Yeah.
Working the ER all weekend. Very good man.
Them ER, that's a rough gig. That is a rough gig.
My hat's off to you, brother.
So, Don, yes and no. I did get my bike running, but I think I got water in my fuel. It acted up on me Wednesday. So when I get a free moment, I'm going to have to pull the tank and drain the fluid out and put fresh fluid in it because it's starting to bog down when I get on it. In fact, it died in the middle of Kansas Expressway when I got on it the other day.
You might have to clean the floats. You might have to clean all that stuff off the floats too on the carburetor.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I didn't burn enough of it that I can get by with draining the gas, putting fresh in with some sea foam, and I'm hoping the sea foam will clean that. If not, then I'm going to have to pull it and have it cleaned.
Yeah. Well, brother,
But I mean,
just
before
let me
before
know
it
how it
started
goes.
acting up, man. I will. Before it started acting up, though, she was acting like her normal self. I took off on 65 heading to work, and from a dead stop, I had a car pass me doing about 70, 75, and I beat them within 80 foot to 100 foot. So she still had the power before she started acting up. But I'd gotten hold of some gas in my truck, and it was the same gas I got from my lawnmower that I put in my motorcycle a couple weeks ago. And then come to find out that gas I got from the gas station had water in it. And that's why I'm pretty convinced it's got water in it.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like it would be that. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, it's good to have you back, man. And I'll miss you tomorrow, but we'll have a good show tomorrow, everybody. So,
heck yeah.
in fact, I might even bring some people on. So, but everybody have a great rest of your night, okay, or early morning, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And question everything, man, like I do. Question everything.
Yeah.
We'll see you all later. Good night, everybody.
See you.